Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to webinar of Batu Tourist Attraction, which will tell you the tourism potential that is in the nature tourist attraction of Batu. Before I continue with our webinar today, let me introduce myself. My name is Herlin Dinanda Putri from Tourism Destination Study Program, Satya Wacana Christian University, and I'll be the moderator on today's webinar. Also, I want to thank the speakers, Mr. Christian Tambani, who have been willing to attend this webinar, and to the attendees who are willing to take part in the webinar of Batuang Tourist Attraction from beginning to end. Before starting today's presentation material, I have to tell you some of rules to enforce during the webinar. First, attendees are asked to turn off microphones so as not to hinder the presentation of the material. Secondly, attendees are requested to turn on the camera for documentation purpose and to be absent. Thirdly, if you have questions, please ask them in the question and answer session. Please ask questions in a concise, clear manner. The link for the absent will be shared shortly before the webinar ends. Well, without further ado, please welcome Mr. Christian Tambani as the speakers today to start the presentation of the webinar of Batuang's Tourist Attraction Material. Mr. Christian Tambani, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, firstly, good evening, everyone. Right now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Batuangus Nature Park. So, Batuangus Nature Park is located in Subdistrict Artambaga, Butong City, and in North Sulawesi. Batu Angus Nature Park is a conservation area and it's a part of Nature Preservation Dua Saudara, Bitung City. Batu Angus Nature Park is type of nature and adventure tourism. Okay, so why is it called Batu Angus? The reason is because all the stones in there is like a jet black. It's really black. It's like a scorched stone. It's really, really black. Okay, next, please. Okay, identification of the attraction of Batuangos Nature Park. So, Batuangos Nature Park have the various tourist attractions like hills, bridge of Batuangos, and the most famous one is Batuangos Beach. So, in the hills, there's nothing. There's just a field of grass and but we can enjoy the view in top of the hills, and we can see the sunrise or even sunset in the top of the hills. Okay, so we next to the bridge of Batuangus. In bridge of Batuangus, just like in the picture, we can see a lot of Batuangus stones, and they're built a bridge on it. And in Batangas beach, it's really different than the other beach, like beach sand, right? And uh, what is it? In Batuangas Nature Park, filled with black gravel and coral, especially in the beach. And please be careful if you're going there, because I have a friend go to the Batuangas beach, and uh, he stepped on the sharp coral and he relaxes really bad. there's a lot of blood, and she will really not like that. Okay, so the conclusion is that can be drawn is the tourist attractions of Batu Nature Park has the potential to become a tourist destination and attracts a lot of tourist interest. However, the lack of promotion, the lack of infrastructure and facilities to support tourism activities are obstacle to the development of the Batu Nature Park. In addition, there is need for human resources and the field of tourism and education for the people around these, these destinations. I think that's it. Thank you, Evelyn. So if you guys have a question, there you go. You can ask me.
Okay, now we come to the question and answer session. To those of you who want to ask questions, please turn on your microphone and ask your question. Is there anyone?
Okay, there are four of my question. Number one, is there any other tourist attraction in the area besides Angus Tourist Park? Number two, if so far the tourist park has been visited by tourists. Number three, so far has there been any government interference in the security of Batu Angus Park? Number four, are visitors to Batu Angus Park only local tourists? Thank you.
Okay, so there is Mr. Dino. The question is, number one, is there any other tourist attraction in the area besides Angstone Tourist Park? Number two, if so far the tourist park has been visited by tourists. Number three, so far, has there been any government interference in the security of Batuangus Park? Number four, are visitors to Batuangus Park only local tourists? Mr. Christian Tambani, please.
Okay. Firstly, thank you for the question. I'm gonna answer. Uh, uh, Number one. Okay. There are a lot of tourist destination like dive resort Batuangus, the Raiwaya Resort, dive into Lembe, and Kasawari Beach. Okay, number two, uh, yes, it's really a lot of people in there. And last year, I guess there are 900 tourists coming in Batuangus Nature Park. And number three, as far as I know, that government always keep this place safety and secure. And number four, uh, last year probably uh, we have tourists from German. It's really good, and we have tourists too from Java. I hope my answer. I hope I'm answering your questions. Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Dino, is that clear?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for Mr. Dino who have been asking questions. So we are already at the end of the webinar. Like Mr. Christian said before, The conclusion that can be drawn is that the tourist attractions of Batu Angus Nature Park has the potential to become a tourist destination that attracts a lot of tourist interest. So, once again, I want to say thank you to the speakers, Mr. Christian Hambani, who were willing to attend, and thank you to all the attendees. Please fill the action on the link that has been submitted in the that column chat. Thank you for today. Our webinar of Batuang Nature Park has ended today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.